고자 제주 작업은 아니 저 제주 고주 그걸로 라도 종사 아니 동주로 되는 경우도 도만에 와서는 얘도 주제를 되는 MC 요새 아니 돌아오는 뭐가 다시 뭐 되는지 얘기를 하지.
Good afternoon to all the Sangha, especially from Shivavaj and all the Sangha. Today, this afternoon session, we have President from Sri Lanka, Venerable Naratna, and so he was born in 1989 and he was ordained in August in 1999, and then he was fully ordered as a Refuge in 2010. Right? And then he was graduated in 2011 from NCU Thailand. So that's a short, brief introduction of our messenger.
오늘 대림 와서 예금 주주 송파대를 전화 조율제가 지금 빠시 돈이 발생했는데 주소기 하면서 주소 주지라고 이 주소지 다 다음에 주소를 시해야 돼 주소 제가 좀 시에 도왔나 왜 아주 좋아지는 제 주소 제가지 오늘 정확 정리하고 저기 다 정확한 주주 뭐고 대장 뭐고 해야지 주지가 주주 대체해야 돼요. 가성팀은 마중에 이제 싸바되지 이봐도 자신 일어나서 근데 야자는 제 주제에나 마중 같이 고가 많아서 그러 연맹이 사무적인 가가를 싸바되지 이제 고가 표현을 나서 못 해줘야 돼.
So we have two presenters in this session, and I would like to request each presenter to finish your presentation within half an hour. Only him? Yes, we have two presenters, and we're requesting them to finish within half an hour, if possible. Then we can get more time for the Q&A session. And during the Q&A session, again, I would like to request everybody to raise your question in a brief way, not too long, and especially whoever is going to answer and don't repeat. Just don't repeat the subject more and more. And so we would like to give more opportunity to more people, more speakers, not for somebody very openly, or just my wish. So we should conclude at 5 p.m. sharply.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to get permission from the most venerable Mahathero, who are seated behind me. At the same time, most venerables who are gathering here, representing Pali and Sanskrit, both of friends. Yesterday, we already discussed about taking refuge and bodhicitta and certain topics from Mahayana tradition. So, according to the schedule, today we are going to discuss about the taking refuge according to the Pali tradition. So, we have divided into two parts. First part is done by me, and Venerable Jnanendra Thero will be present the second part. And I should mention two things before present this topic. First one is, if I mention as a Buddha, it means Gautama Buddha during my presentation. And the other thing is, I may use Saranagama, the word of Saranagama, for the taking refuge. So, firstly, I would like to describe about the formation of this word, I mean Saranagamana. Normally, taking the word of Saranagamana using for the word of taking refuge. So, Saranagamana has formed within two words, Sarana and Agamana. Actually, I am not going to describe in deeply concerning about the time. So, Sarana means refuge, protection or shelter. In some commentary, it says that Sarananti Gavesamano, Ektaja Thayati Rakatiti Thana. It means also seeking. What is seeking? It means safeguard or protection. So that is the common meaning of Saranagama that we can take. So I believe that this will be very easy to understand for you because all of us already knew about the taking refuge of Mahayana side. So I would like to say this is mostly same. So it will be easy. Anyway, there is fundamental nature of the being. It is the fear. The Buddha has mentioned it. So, because of that fear, so all of beings are always seeking some protection.
주기 시작으로서 모든 농담에 몽지가 지금을 해도 이 사람이 같이 믿음을 지속해요. 이날 담아서 그들이 세우는 안티 유지가 지시 잡아대 이지지 구구를 지시라고 있는데도 구구를 되는 문제를 그랬어요.
So, in the book of Dhammapada, mentioned that Bahumwe Saranyanti Bhagavatan Vananicha Aram Rupa Chetyani Manusa Parajita. It means also people always take in refuge these things, trees, jungles, mountains, like that, because of fear. So that is the fundamental nature of being. And the Thailand scholar, Venerable Bhikkhu Buddhadasa, also mentioned in the book of Handbook for Mankind, the old religious arose because of the fear. So this is what I want to say. Fear is the fundamental nature, and it goes to the taking refuge.
답변은 반드시 찾기가 아니 지시가 민주 정부가 되는 것은 담마받아서 지시를 하는 거지. 지시는 것이 주로 지용이 주로 지시를 가르치는 아니 뭐는 지시가 민주화를 가르치는 이 시작되는 시작되는 주시하고 신앙하고 아니灵下说心下说다들 라고 다들 남들 시작한 거야. 이런 남들이 좋은데 아니 나머지 나머지 지지지고 그래도 신경 어디야 대전도 다르시냐 지지지 빛이 다음에 산다 아니 부자가 살아생기는 문제를 하는 가지고 너무 계속 정신을 내고다시 공기를 지금 정말 좀 어디로 정신을 대비하면 선진국에서 공급해나 어디가 가르치는 것에는 연관하지 너무 이제 비면 아니 지시자가 이용이 지시자가 그 아니 동네처럼 신호를 신호를 위해는 집밥에 달지 다른 집에서는 그거니 계획이 문자를 잡아서 아니 계획을 잡아서 사람들이 그걸 잡아서 그런 데가 통제해서 아니論述は너는 아니 지가 중요한 거가 되냐니
So I would like to mention the history of triple gems in briefly. So all of us very well know about that. The first gems, I mean the Buddha and Dhamma, was when the Siddhartha Bodhisattva attained to the Buddhahood, then Buddha and Dhamma arose. So then, according to our tradition, there were two merchants. Those two merchants are the first people who took refuge in our sasana, in our tradition.
그냥도 성질도 지도 계속 계속 되는 다 로직으로 이제 통화 전에 자세히는 아니 런지 누구도 성질이 되는 성질이 중요해서 근데 이제도 중요하래 근데 이제도 당은 누구를 제가는 다 총관이 봐야 또 부사도 아니 말까 또 되는 거 정말
5 disciples got ordained. So after some time later, house the name household the name of Yasser. He and his friends got ordained. After that, the first person who took refuge completely, former wife and mother of Yasser, a young household.
Mother of what?
There is one person, he got ordained. His mother and wife were the persons who took refuge as the first.
First person to get refuge to the tribal James, you mean?
Yeah. Until that, there were only 2 James, right?
그런데 로직을 제가 성질의 취미만 이루는 데 이상 당기 통과인데 시작을 가서 성질의 취미를 시작하는데 굉장히 시작을 유지하는 거예요. 근데 시스가 성질의 중국권에 네 공화대에서 뭐 영어로 공화대에서 영어 돈에 대지선이 굉장히 제가 너무 그 순간 그 ini tanda yang sakar ini muncul tinggi amat tinggi cuma tadi yang sakar sih kongi ini amat kongi cuma ada ni siapa tu kita kumpulan semua kita ini Asia ini kita ini semua kita kumpulan semua kita semua.
At the very beginning, this method, I mean the Sarana governor, has used as a higher ordination system. And at that time, the way people who become a Buddhist also use this method.
돈이 잘 한다 시아분으로 왔는데 시아분으로 저번에 돈이 잘하니 손이 좀 되게 가서 유전 다시 여러분도 이 저번에 그런 그랬어. 시아분으로 보는 이모습이요. 근데요 지금 뭐지 가서 농고 많이 막 통화를 농고 찾는데 통화 농고를 주입이 저기를 제가 너무 되게 많이 그랬어. 어느 시아분으로 초학생들 시아분으로 그런 다음 지역 저거 대니 님을 타면 되지 돈을 농고를 주입이 타면 되지 돈을 쓰니까 되지 돈을 돈이 잘.
In the Sohani Sutta, after they heard that sutta and finally they said, Esaham Bante Bhagavatam, like that. It means, Venerable Sir, I brought the Blessed One for refuge to the Dhamma and to the Sangha of Bhikkhus. May the Blessed One remember me as a lay follower who has gone for refuge from this day forward for life. The special thing is, they mention Ajyatake Panupetan Saranam Gata. It means I will follow the triple name until my death. So that was the method how they become Buddhist in the early beginning.
진짜 공의로 가지고 노동을 지발해서 성질도 또 저는 좀 말도 다는 시험 실생이 되는 지발해도 아니 뭐 좋은 거 말해. 지수의 소파 다는 시험 제일에 시절보다 지금 소리가 너무 많이 받으니 성질도 주력이 개헌 개혁이 내가 시험 로그인이 시지 배제동으로 다팀으로 생산을 제작하는 아니 로니 마시 받도 세디 지금 소리가 있는 제 다음에 받도 아니 내가 시험 주력이 배제동으로 동부대를 찾는 거에는 어려운 데죠. 이거를 대해서 말하지 않으면 손질을 취하는
And now you can see there are a few types of taking refuge. So first one is Pasadamattena Saranam. It means someone take refuge by becoming priest. As an example, all we know about the king of Asoka. So at the very first, at the beginning, at the very first time, he saw one novice monk named as Nigroda. The way how he walking on the road. So being by that thing, he pleased and invited into his palace. And so like that thing can be mentioned as the example for this type of taking refuge. I mean, some people uh, take refuge without deep understanding, just seeing by small thing that he can become peace. So second one is Sattamattena. It means someone taking refuge depending on the faith. Both of these two methods can be broken very easily. And the third one is Jnana. It means someone take refuge depending on the wisdom. So normally it is the great taking refuge and it is unbreakable. So, concerning about the time, I would like to say this thing, and then I will wind up my presentation. There are two types of taking refuge. So, what is the difference of among these two? As an example, we can mention this sutta, Dajjal Sutta, to explain about that. In that sutta, Buddha clearly said about the reason why it is not a great taking refuge. I mean, the other thing, taking refuge as other things, for gold and other things. The reason is all of them have defilement. That's the reason. And the Buddha Sangha, they don't have defilement. So I can conclude like that the difference between taking refuge, triple J and other taking refuge.
군주촌을 시작으로 되었더니 시안이 진행을 시작으로 되니 지역화를 위해서는 하나와서 대도를 시작으로 하니 군주촌을 시작으로 지역을 가려서는 그래서 대다 로미 총회가 있어 다들 시작으로 하는 시행으로 많이 봐 군주촌을 시작으로 하는 시행으로 시작으로 되는데 로미 이거를 들어서 말아서 근데 오기 내 시행 지역으로 작업을 했어.
So there is one thing, how loss of the refuge. There are few ways to lose someone's refuge, taking refuge. The first one is if someone accept the path of another teacher, then his taking refuge will be broken. And the other reason is, other way is, if someone die, that also another way to lose the refuge.
그러면 그때 시험도 통이 있어 가르쳐서 시험도 통수도 가르치는 통들은 손지 주기에 승부를 놓고 그때는 손지를 시험도 통수도 가르치는 때문에 시험도 이제 손지를 시험도 통으로 영원히 손지를 놓았다면 나와주면 영원히 손지를 시험도 통으로 그랬어. 근데 이것도 취급 시험도에는 루 주행기 지수로에는 취급 시험도 통으로 그다음에 취급을 받다 이용이 취급 시험도 아니 긴데 다가서도 취급 진지 긴지 지수로에는 어떤 긴지 시험도에는 긴지 시험도 그다음에 긴지를 때문에 받다 condition 이용이 긴지 시험도 그랬어요.
So the other venerable will explain about the results and other things. As a conclusion, I can say that the both of tradition are mostly similar on this concept.
아니 자기 공지 지진의 말씀이 아니 시어디 제용 시어디 시어디 지자です시어디 제용 시어디 방법です네 다시는 유형제 같은 관계교인이나 대제교인이나 그러나 지자 시어디 시어디 거를 쓰면은 이제 문제를 시작하는 경우
네, 나 좋아하는데 좋아하면 그냥 마당이지. So in our tradition, we always say, talking about the advice of the advices that we have to follow regarding the refuge, taking refuge. There are two types. One type is from the positive advice, and one type is from the negative advice. That means from the positive advice, once we take the refuge in triple gems, especially we take almost the topics almost once we 하기 기발해서 당연히 그런 의미가 동지시의 의미가 됐던 것이 오케이. understand the 손질을 시작으로 했는데 몇 시간 시작으로
Which church? Which church? Oh, yes. So, for example, the positive advice of taking refuge to Buddha means, whenever we see the statue of the Buddha everywhere, we should, we should consider as the real Buddha. That is the positive advice regarding taking refuge to the Buddha. Then, from the negative advice means taking refuge to the Buddha, we should take refuge to other non-Buddhist teachers. Just like that, is there a division of such positive advice and negative advice in your division regarding taking the refuge for the tribal camps? Things to be adopted, things to be rejected.
බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ සරණ යන එක ධනාත්මක උපදේශයක් කියලා කියනවා. ඒක වෙන කෙනෙක් සරණ යන එක ඍණාත්මක උපදේශයක් කියලා බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ කියලා තියෙනවා. දැන් එහෙම සංකල්පයක් අපේ සම්ප්‍රදායේ තියෙනවා.
දජක් කියන්නේ මේ දෙවිවරු මෙන්ෂන් කරලා දජක් තියෙනවා.
Clearly say in that sutta, the gods
and others
have defilements like lust, envy, delusion, like that. So they are able to take away, how to say, in that sutta, the story is the leader of the god, Sakra, he advised to others, if you feel fear, look at my flag. Flag. If you can't look at my flag, then flag.
FLAG.
Flag. Yes. They are going to make a war with Asura, other kind of god. So if you during that war, if you feel fear, please look at my flag, like that he said. So the Buddha said, taking that example, Buddha says that, if you also feel fear, please remind me, Buddha. If you are unable to remind Buddha, then remind Dhamma. If you are unable to remind Dhamma, then remind Sangha, like that. So, furthermore, Buddha explained that the gods, they are not, they have such kind of lust, anger, like that, defilements. So they are able to take away, get lost like that. So, but the Buddha, the Buddha never give up the people like that. If someone can explain furthermore.
It means all other refuges are full of lust and not eradicated all defilements. Buddha is the only person who had eradicated all sort of defilements. And Lord Buddha is the only the complete person, other people are incomplete. Therefore the best refuge is refuge on Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, because these three are complete, totally complete. Other refugees are incomplete, it is full of lust, hatred, greed, illusion, blah blah blah.
Maybe we will clarify the question itself first. This question is not asking about which are the most reliable refuge objects.
Yes.
That's very clear. Three, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. But what we are saying is that after taking refuge to the tribal camps, then we have to follow certain advices. So two sections. The advices to be followed or to be adopted. Those advices to be rejected, not sorry. Advices of objects to be rejected. So in that way, then also I have some translations. One part of the question is that Islam wants to know that in your tradition, what you consider the refuge itself. What is refuge? What is refuge? That you're taking refuge in tribal chants. At that time, we have some type of refuge, right? We got sarana, right? So we want to know what is sarana. Is it something a mental state or is it something a formal state or what? How do you explain the sarana? What is sarana?
Sure. Actually, there is one scripture. I don't recite the one scripture because you understand the term. After having refuge, you have to listen for the Dhamma. After listening for the Dhamma, you have to memorize Dhamma. After memorizing Dhamma, you have to reflect about Dhamma. Attanga parikka. After reflecting on Dhamma, you have to follow the practice. That's the main point on being refuge. Therefore, refuge is twofold: that mental refuge and bodily refuge. It means there are 2 points. What is akaravati and amulika. Akaravati means while realizing all sort of qualities and indeed following Dhamma, practicing Dhamma, and living with Dhamma. It is the main object of refuge. Other case, for ordinary normal people, just to manage their fear and when they are facing some challenges in day-to-day life, to get some sort of safeguard and protection, then they are going and worshipping, conducting pujas and the others. Therefore, there are 2 perspectives of refuge. First one is just to get rid from day-to-day life challenges and problems, and the ultimate one is just get rid from samsara, following, because without getting refuge, you can't listen Dhamma, you can't follow Dhamma, it's not trustworthy. Therefore, the trustworthy appears from the refuge. And after listening for Dhamma and practicing Dhamma is the ultimate purpose of refuge.
Plus. So, Gishina wants to know that during the 6 years of ascetic practices of this Siddhartha, so at that time, our Siddhartha had meant to, did he go for the refuge of the true Buddhists at that time? Or Siddhartha at that time? If yes, then what are the Buddha Dhamma Sangha at that time? And if not, then how is it possible? Something like that. Because there, at that time there was no Buddha, no Dhamma, no Sangha.
Sure. Here, according to our sources, when Lord Buddha, when Siddhartha had renunciated, he didn't follow any refuge. He didn't follow any refuge because at that time there wasn't Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. In commentary it's mentioned, after his renunciation, he had followed 8 precepts. 8 precepts. It's called Ajiva Addhamaka Sila. Panadipata, Adinnadana, Kamismichachara, refrain from killing, refrain from stealing, refrain from committing adultery, refrain from lies, refrain from tale-bearing, refrain from harsh words, refrain from useless words, and refrain from all sort of evil, michchaji. Until he had attained the Buddhahood, he had followed these 8 precepts. It is mentioned in the commentary. And commentary mentioning, it for Lord ascetic Siddhartha had done it as a practice of previous Buddhas. Previous Buddhas also during their ascetic period they had followed it. But it is not mentioned how he had got to know it. How Prince Siddhartha got to, it is not mentioned in the commentary. It means from the nature Siddhartha had practiced it. And after taking the enlightenment only, the Buddha came to the world.
Oh yes. Tana mando ani nasu junu seven no chena bena jabjini tu lulu kawashi ka so ni kunju tu sa do yo mas ka de du son di ju di do yo mare re de ta di ni ma ta de ka se nombaji sungu yoles nine ra ke chera chi tarwo nombaji tanda su ji ba ma ji ba mo so ma ji ba ti su ma cha ani su ma de ji nombaji sungu yoles nombaji ji sungu yoles sungu dos ate ni de ta do na sa mo de je ba kan se dos ani ande ko ani je ba kan se dos ani je ba kan se yoles te la de ka se ne ni ji song je no ji ani shong ji se bi de dus so ma ji bi ma ro de 로주 가와로 소지 가서 계단 제에 가지고 가세고 도스 제가 이나이가 저같이 가려를 쓰는니 저버지는 되고 자세지는 되고 근데 로주 가와 집에 가서 아니 데레비 너가 지고 송 거한테 가서 나고 그래서 그때 가서요 그래서 좀 그런 제가 공식이 같이 세게 놓고 있을게 당기죠.
ก็โอกาสนะครับก็คือพูดคุยเกี่ยวกับว่าสำหรับผมทำหน้าที่ก็คือช่วยในการของมาลีด้วยคำถามข้อแรกที่ทางเจเจถามมาคือต้องแยกให้ออกกันระหว่างว่าสาระคืออะไรสาระคมที่แปลว่าการถึงสาระคืออะไรแล้วก็บุคคลพูดถึงสาระคมถึงสาระคืออะไรสามประการนะครับทีนี้ในบาลีถึงว่าของเราเนี่ยคำว่าสาระเนี่ยถ้าเป็นบาลีคือคำว่าทิสติติสาระแปลว่าที่ชื่อว่าสาระเพราะแปลว่าเบียดเบียนความทุกข์เบียดเบียนสิ่งที่ไม่ดีความเปล่าอาจจะต่างๆให้มันหายไปหมายความว่าใครที่มีสาระทำหน้าที่กำจัดภัยต่างๆที่ทุกข์อะไรเป็นต้นอันนี้คือคำว่าสาระข้อที่ 1ข้อที่ 2เนี่ยที่เรียกว่าสาระคมนี้ก็คือคำว่าคือการสาระการประกอบการถึงสาระนะครับมันเป็นเรื่องของจิตครับจิตตุปะก็คือการงานจิตคือจิตที่มันเกิดขึ้นนะครับที่มันเลื่อมใสในพระรัตนตรัยหรือว่ามีพระรัตนตรัยเป็นเบื้องหน้านะครับไอ้ตรงนี้คือว่าสารณคมนะครับส่วนข้อที่ 3คือพูดถึงสารณคมว่าศาส บุคคลผู้พรั่งพร้อมด้วยสาระสงฆ์นั้นนี่แหละเรียกว่าพูดถึงสาระสงฆ์ครับดังนั้นอันนี้คือพูดของผู้ตามคำพีของเทรวาสนะครับในวิชานิกายนะครับก็ขอเก็บเอาไว้นะเพื่อความเข้าใจนะครับ
So, Venerable wants to go back to the first question about what is the refuge. So he said in the Pali tradition, when we talk about refuge, it can be categorized into three aspects. What is the refuge? What is taking the refuge? And who is the one taking refuge? So what is the refuge? Refuge means something that can obstruct, and it means obstructing the suffering, or clearing away suffering, leading to safety and non-harm, a state of non-harming. So that is what is called the meaning of sarana, something that protects. And so what is taking the sarana? So the mind is the actual quality that is taking the sarana as the refuge. The mind is actually doing the refuge. So it means taking the refuge as an object of its attention and taking it inside. So the mind is the one taking the refuge. And when you say the person or the being that's taking the refuge means the one that is holding the refuge and having the refuge sustained firmly within themselves. And that means the person that is taking the refuge. So there's the object, the mind that is taking the object, and the one that is taking the object is the one taking the refuge in the end. So this is the three aspects of taking refuge according to the Majjhima Nikaya in the Pali text. Majjhima Nikaya, the middle length discourses in the commentary.
Yeah. And the king is something the code to dig the issue and Tanamazo Lung Jumus. One was in the Dintimus in the Castle, Prodino, Washet, and Motion, Lung Jumus, Lung Jumus, that didn't drink the people. Lung Jumus in Nicolas the shadow of the shadow water of Jacob, the shadow of Udon, and a shadow of Sudon, and a shadow of Gaze and a Musulman shape, and walls and a lap, and a shadow of shape, and a shadow of someone, and a tomato city, and a shiriness of Chitwas, that the shadows, showing walls and the shadow of eating, British shadow of eating. And a shadow of those same shadow of those same. Sentia Logicus, and the Shadow Rocket in a concert, that the Shadow Rocket on the Shadow Song, do that the Shadow to do the temple near to a the teaching chapter.
To a start house. So that the second chicken on Tanoni, Ya Castle Dog on Magdalena, and Castle Punjas Museum, on the Sanya Punjas, just there. And the Castle that's on get on ship, that's a children's economy check, and the Kindu just a public getting check. Alma, Castle Jetam, Sangate, when you said the Sangas check, and he and Castle, and then Ketum, when you said, and the Ketus check, Ketum, London check, and the chair when you said it, and as a hotel. What Danish are those? And I kept the look as a native developer, and the name Sangat Punjas said, I'm from Malaysian, and the Canadian chef, and then chef, the Canadian medicine, getting Canadian medicine less. And I'm under the attack chicken on to talk more in coverage and those, and the Canadian developer medicine was not in this.
So Ishila asked that in our tradition, Sanskrit tradition, we have 4 different schools or tenets. So those upper tenets, that means including Chitamandra and Madhyamaka tenets, according to them, Buddha, among the triple gems, the Buddha is not only the Buddha Shakyamuni, there are thousands and millions of others there. Then regarding the Dhamma, again we have the Nirodha and the Marga. Those two are the Nirodha cessation of the suffering as well as the path leading to the cessation, those who are rejecting Dhamma. And then regarding the Sangha, we have added Arya noble beings. So that is according to the proper tenets. Then according to the lower tenets, including Vabhishika and Sotantika, when they are talking about Vika, mostly referring to the ceremony, and then referring to the Dhamma, mostly referring to Nirodha or the cessation of the suffering. It's a sort of a duty knowledge. So we have eight knowledges you have mentioned right yesterday. So among the eight knowledges, there is one type of knowledge which is knowing, realizing the cessation itself. So that knowledge of cessation within the Buddha, that is the Buddha, because it represents the Buddha himself. So when talking from the Vabhishika's perspective, the real Buddha or the object of the Buddha to go for refuge is the realizing the knowledge realizing the cessation itself. So then, okay, Dhamma is same only for cessation. Then regarding the Sangha, again the knowledge within Dhamma is same, cessation, or the Nirodha, not the Marga, not including the path, only the cessation, Vabhishika. Yes, Vabhishika school. Then, according to Vabhishika school, what Sangha means that those so those paths that because those paths existed in the Arya beings, Arya or the noble beings, those are considered to be the Sangha. That is from the Sanskrit tradition, and so Geshe-la wants to know that how do you recognize what is Dhamma, what is Buddha, and what is Sangha? Is there any clear definitions like that? Yes, according to Vabhishika, the Buddha is the quality of the knowledge of knowledge realizing the cessation itself. Okay, within Buddha's own continuum, that is considered to be the Buddha. Then Dhamma is only the cessation of the suffering. Cessation of the suffering. That is Dhamma. Okay. Buddha, when they're talking about what's Buddha, then the reply is that okay, the object of Buddha is the knowledge which realizes the cessation. That cessation which is there within the Buddha, that is the object of Buddha. That is the Buddha, the object of the refuge.
Can I answer?
Okay. Then what is Dhamma means the cessation itself. Then what is Sangha means those Arya paths which are available within the Arya beings. Arya path, the paths, yeah. The paths starting from Darshana path, Bhavana path. Yesterday we talked about 5 paths, the later 3 paths. The path of seeing, the path of meditating, the path of non-caring. Those 3 paths are considered to be the Sangha, according to, yes, the last 3. Oh, according to Vabhishika.
Sure. In Theravada, actually Buddha means Buddhoditi, Buddha, the realization. Shakyamuni Buddha is named as Buddha because he realized Four Noble Truths and dependent origination, he himself. Therefore, both are same. Under Dhamma, Geshe, Lord Buddha, the Dhamma belongs into two. Dukkhancha Panyapemi, Dukkha Nirodhancha. Dhamma explains what is suffering and the cessation of suffering. All sort of Dhamma we can categorize into these two. According to Theravada tradition, it is well mentioned in Nettippakarana. The third one, Sangha. Sangha is only the person who had obtained four fruits and four paths. But at the morning time we are worshipping, mentioning the qualities of Sangha. First one is Supatipanna. Supatipanna means who had entered the most best path. It is the noble eightfold path. Ujupatipanna also means the eight noble paths. Nyayapatipanna means who had involved in insight meditation, vipassana or vidarshana. Samijipatipanna means who will follow the eight noble paths without any obstacles or without any objections. And the other one is that the all Arya people, they also belongs in the category of Sangha. Therefore, if someone is following the normal eightfold path, if someone is following the insight meditation, they are also known as Sangha.
Okay, please conclude. So now speech.
Yes, so I would like to thank Venerable Narada, the lecturer of Palian Buddhist Studies University, and there is one more. He is my friend, Venerable Dabule Sudeva. So those venerables helped me to create this presentation. So I would like to thank them. At the same time, I would like to thank all of the monks who are sitting here. Thank you.
기둥 보자. 연주는 언니 지금 고자 고주 본인을 앞도 주무셔 된 저 지금 고자 고주 고제로 이런 것도 막 내가 언니 이동 주변 응아니 놀아야지 보면 니돈 있잖아 니돈 있잖아 니돈 좋아하는 뭔가
Now, next person is Venerable Janila Hero from Sri Lanka, and he was born in 1977 and he was ordained as a novice in 1992, and then he ordained as a bhikkhu in 1998, and in 2015 is why we love is that our moderator taking says 2025. So, in 2015 he graduated as MA, and then as well as he got the degree as a Pandit from Yemen, Royal Pandit, yes, Royal Pandit, and then right now he's a former lecturer of teachers training, former lecturer of teachers training college and former teachers instructor. Also, that is a brief introduction.
Good afternoon to all of you, my dear Dhamma friends and Dhamma brothers. Today, the topic of my presentation is Refuge of Triple Gems, its results and benefits.
아니, 동아세를 아니 주주로 관계는 무대를 지켜서 아니 드림이 주제에 단다데 군주도 사람으로 와서 시작으로 배에도 시작으로 지고 그때도 고를 주니.
Actually, I have a fair knowledge in English, but today I will do my presentation in English. The main reason is time management. I am going to talk about refuge. I hope you will not make me helpless. By asking question in English. This is a presentation prepared some time back. Now I am going to present it.
Tadana Nidima should cause any individual individual shame as you want to virtually cover in the other models of the nation and the positions.
I would be very happy for you to ask questions at the end of my presentation. With the help of interpreters, I shall answer your questions. Okay, yes, I am ready. Are you ready? Yes. Then, philosophies to introduce the fundamental benefits of refuge. As you can see, there are two types of benefits. What are they? Mundane benefits. Second one is spiritual benefits.
아니, 일단 군주수는 샤스로 배 발을 스토어트웨이나 샤스로 배 들어가는 이시도 스티제니 첸디 샤스로 배 사람도 어느 샤스로 첸디 배 사람도 지대 배 지제 아니 샤스로 다 추주의 배에다 지금 지대니 배우라고 하는 것이 자동으로
Now let us look at what mundane benefits are. We can discuss about mundane benefits under two main points.
당연히 신디스 주요도 카드이 어느 티리오는 지딘 페이도 취지도 페이스니 자시 지딘 페이는 노세니 신디 페이도 시메 페이.
First one, very life benefits. It is benefits experienced in this life, such as physical and mental health. Another one, protection from kings, robbers, and others, etc. Protection from gods, spirits, etc. Protections from disasters, fire, water, etc. Protection from dangerous animals, lion, tigers, cobras.
다다 신디 샤스로 페이도 신디 유노 시바이나 아니 신디 롱기 신노는 노지 페이모를 내나 아니 가서 루지 체den도 신디 체den도 되어이베니 용 페이도 요레스 네 페이 이바를 찾바이나 저기 이바를 줘 아니 코리 이바를 줘 소가 지금 페이지 요레스 네 페이 소가를 찾바이나 제가 내가 소비 이바를 찾는 게 요 배우가 있잖아요. 최근 롱도 배워서 유언주의 저리 시작되는 가서 페이지를 요 배우가 있잖아요. 뭔가 제제 두 가지 바탕지도 아니 둘러서 대다기 지금 시작되는 페이지를
Next one of mundane benefits. Next life benefits. Next slide, benefits. Benefits leading to favorable rebirth, such as refrain from 4 lower reefs. Okay. And the one able to be born in heaven. Once upon a time, Arahant Moggallana to mention to God Sakra that the deities born heaven will be rich in long life, luminous, luxury, power, gloriform, sound, smell, taste, tangibles, than others because being refuge in Refuge.
다들 샤스로 시시메티브 페이를 샤스바이나 가르르스나니 시와지마라 시와송고린티브 페이를 페나 아니 대도 내년에 다주가 먹을래기 가수는 나사가시 바라지고 근데 나데 나데 가라시 무슨 가수는 아니 다다 사노 라이브에 나노 아니 배주 모지 있잖아요. 배주 친구들과 아니 제일 모르는 다른지 류를 차와요. 또이거든. 아니 그 제가서는 다른지 저도 아니 제일 최고의 법이 유대의 인생가라는 꾸준히 그리고 샤를 배우려 되네. 아니 저도 뭐가 되는데 나사가시 받는 순서도
This Pali instance are taken from Mahasamaya Sutta of Digha Nikaya, where he clearly defines the idea of the benefits of our next life. I will define the meaning. Whoever has gone for refuge to the Buddha, they will not go to the realms of misery. Having abandoned the human body, they will attain fulfillment in a divine body.
근데 나다 또 지금으로는요. 샤스를 배에 소재요. 그래서 이 배에 마시고 있는 쇼로 지금으로 소재가 제선이 손질을 샤스를 손질을 샤스를 거기서 쓰는 이유를 근데 대답에 두 가지 때문에 싫어. 두 가지 때에서 쉬고 말해 있는데 지금으로 그다음에 로미 때에 막 돌네 뭐를 거시고 그러는 나이 때 너무 더도 그래서
Now I shall stop discussing about mundane benefits. Next we will look at spiritual benefits. It can be discussed under two heads. They are Kusala Vipaka. It is consequence. Another one, Anisamsa. It is good results.
취지들이 배운 거를 쉬는데 때로 기회를 주무시네 리치도 아니 이바데 대우선 보세는 리기요래
Kusala Vipaka, first one. The four paths and four fruits. Sotapanna Magga, state of Sotapanna.
단다 기회를 기존부터 스타트하시 기존부터 이자인데 기존수지 되는 거라고 지체 아니 non-digital non-digital 그리고
etc. Another one, Anisamsa. It is a good result. Emancipation or nirvana.
근데 이것들 자주가는 제가 뭐 내가 좀 일했어요. 일했을 때 가르치는 답을 보고래.
Now it's over. Now I am going to talk about further benefits of taking refuge. Let us discuss them separately.
단다 요샤스를 배 텔레신 같은 것들의 휴이 다들 손이 주기 를 가르쳐 주기.
First, Buddha refuge, development of confidence, inspiration for practice, connection to enlightened wisdom.
오늘 성질 의사들을 배운 거래였는데 성질 의사들로 되는 너무 땡스지를 세우는 땡스지를 위해서 땡복을 위해서 그래서 되니 연례는 유반들이 누가 휴다오래 그래서 다음에 페이지 배치 가서는 가서 성질 이체라고 되어지고 그래서 신지라고 또 성질 이체라고 타르도 이체라고 아니야 되어지지 않고 그래서 성질 이체라고 페이지
Next one, Dhamma refuge. Understanding of truth, protection from wrong views, path to liberation.
아니 주르샤스를 배운 거래였는데 주르샤스 소원을 때니 아니 롬 대바 아바사 대베를 또 들어서 아니 다음에 주르샤스 소원을 때는 따로 빨리 로토가 다음에 이제 다음에는 또 주르를 얘기해요.
Sangha refuge, spiritual friendship, guidance in practice, support from noble ones.
인도에서 소원을 때는 기위시를 주거든. 기위시를 주거든. 근데 다 영수를 롱대를 주거든. 근데 파발에 근데 파벨로 지어서 되니까 파벨로 지어서 근데 대단한 가르치는 인도에서 배우는
That's also over. Then we will discuss about additional benefits.
다들 공부시거든지 다들 디카를 문제는 나한테 maybe 페이지 같은 것도 쉬우니
First one, becoming a Buddhist. Okay. Entering the dispensation, having noble friendship, accumulating foundations for merit, gaining favorable rivers, access to Buddhist teachings, development of wisdom, protection by devas, joy and happiness, safety from dangers, last one, close connection to the triple J.
다들 maybe just 페이지 가지고는 페이지가 주지 이거를 찾아봐야 소리지 배우고를 찾아봐야 오버시로 도보 쳐 근데 배우 주거를 찾아봐야 소리지 때문에 제와 배우 주거를 찾아봐야 시로 공도 펴와 배우지와 근데 라이 시도 제와 근데 배우가 얼어서 더더 되어 되마 배우 주거를 찾아봐야 지거를 쉬어 배우 주지가 소 구조도 니어를 주와
I think that enough. Now I am going to wind up my presentation. These are my reference. I discussed these things in point form for your convenience.
이게 어느 게 발달하나 이게 당시 이게 공부되는 것들마다 당시 이 공두사에 대해 공부를 했다는 것들에 나무가 나무가서 취취제가 이제와 이거는 마사에서도 이거니까요 생각을 대치고요 이 친구들이 영타가 친구도 세지서 어때로 공부를 했어요. 대대비우들 다자가 수다 삼유다니까야 아니 어제 시간도 영타가 되는 또 Tamademi, Digi, any, Tamademi, Tokyo, and 2 years.
뭔가 좀 근데 네 문제는 네 너무 주세요. 근데 알아서 주시는 게 쉬운 거지. 안 좋아 보이는 거지. 또 예, 가르치는 다른데 저기 표현에 내자이 좀 소셜 기본 지상의 기본도 저시 중에서 딱 눈이 숨은 집가 타제는 지자와지는 아니 대래 저기 누가디 그러나 자동차 차를 와다 보니까 예와 시 그날 가서 이제 저서 가지 뒤시고 그래서 다 이는 낮은 때만 차를 또 만나는 게 저서 영이 있어 저도 지금 눈에는 제가 누가 이런 데를 제가 세워줘도 그래서 낮은 때만 차를 또 이제 또 그래서 걸 봤어 딱 레자 기준이나 그러나 낮은 때만 차를 또 하다는 저서 위에 주세요나 이제는 무슨 거예요 라니 기반 탄다는 저와 예 기반 저와나 통계마다 개와 아니 생각보다 년이면 용 생용과 년이면 용하지 아니 폐사하고 내가 수술을 세 폐당이다 아 저거 제가 폐는 땅이다 저거 제가 들려만 봐 되게 주신 시군 아니 내가 좀 저것도 뒤송을 이제 딱이 만에 아니 빨리 손을 되게 just really to say that I can get some relays rigida ale sai sono una canzone che c'è tutto just really se cade just really la cade so sono ogni giorno che 제와 됐어 ogni giorno che 제와 이만이 근데 뒤서 나면 지금이나 아니 나중에 c'è tutto giorno che 제와 됐어 제우 이 책을 딱이 giorno che 제와 이만이 가르치 부르는 게 있어 그러나 다른데 내장이 주기도 나는 상관없이 좀 나는 좀 좁아지니까 그러나 루니가 아니 나중에 제가 또 봤다는데 저 얘기가 틀리는 조금만 더 변이 기본 하다는 저하기 제 주제는 롱종이 시간 시작하고 유튜브 시간 제가 제일 좋아요. 나는 좀 너무 좁아지니까 그래서 빨리 좀 되게 기본 하다는 저하기 부식 시간 서지 가능한 게 또 근데 제가 시간이 많이 있으면 내가 좀 좋아했지만 시간이 가서는 제가 이제 제가 되지 그 사례에서 되는 게 그래서
First of all, sorry for taking many opportunities. Second is I want to thank you, our presenter, which in his presentation, all the benefits that are presented are very similar that we have in our tradition. And so thank you very much for that clarification. And then when we're talking about the reliable object of refuge, the Buddha is the most reliable object of refuge because we say he's fully liberated. Right? So just like that in our tradition, there are 4 reasons mentioned as the Buddha is the most reliable object of refuge because number 1 is he's fully liberated. The second one is, he's very skillful in teaching. Then number 3 is, he's equal to all the sentient beings. He's equal to all the sentient beings. That is, in terms of compassion, he's equal for all the sentient beings. So, okay. Then number 4 is our Lord Buddha helps all the beings, not aiming to get in return something. So these are the 4 reasons why Lord Buddha, all the Buddhas are reliable as an object for refuge. So now here comes the number 1. When we say number 1, when we say Lord Buddhas are fully liberated, then many have some doubts or not believe in that Lord Buddha is fully liberated. And for that we have to prove. So in that case, we have to use reason. For that, in Paramana Varatika or by Acharya Dharmakirti, right now you see here the major debate is going on. So in chapter number 2, the full chapter number 2 is dedicated for explaining the reasons how we can prove the Buddha is fully liberated. So in that chapter, he used eightfold reasonings, eightfold reasonings to prove that Buddha is fully liberated. So Israel wants to know that is any such matters or such reasonings of proving Lord Buddha to be fully liberated are available in Pali tradition.
අභිඤ්ඤාණං අභිඤ්ඤාතං භාවිතං පච්චභාවිතං පහතං තස්මා බුද්ධෝස්මි බ්‍රාහ්මණ අර උපකාජීවකට කියනවා නේද මොකද්ද කතන්දර ටික බුදුහාමුදුරු සම්මා සම්බුද්ධ කියලා වන්නේ හේතු සාධක උපකාජීවකට කියනවා නේද අන්න ඒ නිසා මම බුද්ධ කියලා
The question is very serious. Very serious the question. Okay? The first thing, I think in our Thai tradition also should help me, Lord Buddha mentioning, now in Jainism we can find, my first point, sure. Just for an explanation.
I apologize, I have taken your time. My first point is Jainism is mentioning that all the terms referred for Lord Buddha is used for Mahavira also. Anuttara Purusa Dhamma Sarati, Sattadeva Manusana, likewise. But in Jainism, for Jaina Mahavira, they are not using one term, that is Samma Sambuddha. It means in Jaina tradition also they believe Gautama Shakyamuni is Samma Sambuddha. In Vimansaka Sutta, Lord Buddha mentioning an investigative monk should investigate whether Buddha is perfect or not. Then how should we investigate Buddha? To clarify whether he is Buddha or not. Chakkusota Vinyayasu Dhammesu, through the perception, through the eye and through the ears. It means just visual and audio. Anyway, now Lord Buddha is not alive, therefore we can't use visual and audio methods to judge whether Lord Buddha is Buddha or not. Here, once Lord Buddha mentioning, if you need to understand or prove whether Buddha is Buddha, you have to realize the Dhamma. Yo mam passati, so dhammam passati. Then, if you need to realize Dhamma, you have to realize the dependent origination, yo dhammam passati, so paticca samuppadam passati. Therefore, Lord Buddha each and every places emphasize, if you need to find or search who is Buddha, if you need to get together and if you need to realize the Buddhahood, just follow the practice, study the Dhamma, and rearrange your behaviors according to Dhamma and develop
your mental status, then you will be able to clarify whether Buddha as it is or not. That's the only way, because Lord Buddha had passed away for centuries ago. Therefore, we have no any reliable resources to judge whether Buddha is perfect or not, because now he had departed for centuries. Therefore, the only method to clarify whether Buddha is perfect or not, just follow his teachings, develop your mind and practice. Through the practice, you will be able to realize the Buddhahood. That's the only way, because now Lord Buddha had passed away for centuries. I am sure. No. ඒකට යන්නේ මේ බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ බුද්ධගේ ලොකු කරන්න තියෙන සාධක මොනවද?
බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ සියලු ශාස්ත්‍රවල ළඟට යනවා මේ අවබෝධ කරගන්න. අන්තිමටම ගිහිල්ලා එතනින් එහාට තිබුණේ නැහැ උන්වහන්සේට ලබන අධ්‍යාපනය. ඒක උන්වහන්සේ තනියෙන් ගිහිල්ලා කියන්නේ අවබෝධ කරගෙන තිබුණේ නැහැ ඒ ශාස්ත්‍රවල කිසි කෙනෙක් චතුරාර්ය සත්‍යය. ඒක චතුරාර්ය සත්‍ය අවබෝධ කරගන්නේ තමන්ගේ සම්පූර්ණ ඥානයෙන්. අනේ සම්පූර්ණ ඥානයෙන් කරකලමකයක්සේ අවබෝධ කරගත්ත නිසා බුදුහාමුදුරන්ට කියන සම්මාසම්පූර්ණ කියලා.
Okay, maybe very reserved. Maybe through the translation, maybe I have to add something according to Israel's view and not only Israel's view. What we do, why we try to prove Buddha as fully minded, is not to prove for the non-Buddhists. Okay, this is done for us because we have to have a great understanding of the first reason. Buddha is already fully liberated. So in order to realize that status, right? So then we use many reasonings, true reasonings. We have to have a clear understanding within us, not to prove for others. Okay, and that doesn't matter whatever they say. We cannot control everybody. But main aim is to have to develop realization within us. Okay. 공기 수요대가 내시 동안도 지구를 쉬우고 선생님도 다시 되면은 이거도 시험 때문에 오시는 지지가 되면 지구를 보고 지구를 봐. 근데 지금 지구가 지구를 되면은 이제 공부도 지구가 된다. 얘는 지구가 된다. 배지 동물이 지지요래서. 배지 동물이 지지를 가르쳐서 영어가 그게 손지에서 배지 동물 가르쳐. 영어 다 발을 두고 손지들은 맞아. 소지 얘는 영어를 세지도 영어를 두고 있으니까 아무데 무지대에 사마야 성부대 세죠 사마야 센데 쇼는 못하고요 어디 사마야 성부대에서 영어를 두고 있는 데로 가서 어디 집에 계셔도 보여 제자의 대기질이 되어보이고 이제 소모 배제도 요스데 지지 되네 개인적인 지구가 되는 나중에 되면 되네 이거가 좀 소지 그래서 때문에 지기 배제도 무슨 선에 나중에 되면 되는 거 좀 소지 계획을 스타트해요 나중에 지지 되네 이거가 나는 그때 소지 그거 이제 제가 좀 그때 소지로 얘기를 하는 제가 지시는 소지가 성질로 제가 지시는 손으로 사실 이 다음 되는 미신을 소비는 통로도 계속 드리고 말했다 손지 가서 조화탈도 같아 아무도 제가 지으면 손지 가수는 데서는 손지 시간에 손지 통로에는 아니 출동을 지시를 그랬어 출동 공기 출동한테 이런 거 보세요 다 근데 출동하는 가르치는 땡유시가 그래서 땡유 엘레이터 중으로서 땡유시가 그래서 땡유시가이나 아니 취시가이나 손지 그래서 드리니까 아니 손지의 조화탈도까지 마하고는 또다 손지 유튜브 취지냐서는 그래서 아니 손지 유튜브 때마다 냐서는 아니 드리고 좋아하는 그래 손지의 조화탈도 통하지 그래서 저는 먼저 손지 때문에 배에 드라마 보지 손스 많이 자다 손지 전에 좋아터 더 살다 말해서는 딱 먼저 그때 내가 그래서 저한테 마사지 먼저 주에 싫어 버려서 먼저 주에 지금 말했어 되는 소송 보기 여부라에 예스 이슈 어떻게 되는 좀 거지
Ngay trước khi nghe tin những sự sự là đây là một điều chúa chuyện cái gì thế nào anh xem được chuyện là gì cả số anh show cảm số này show tên là cái gì rồi 사실 셔츠로 그랬으나 그냥 리액션이 뭐 빨리 도색들이 여러 가지 어디
So in our tradition, the advice of taking refuge to Lord Buddha, after taking refuge to the Buddha or the true beings, one type of advice to be adopted is wherever we go in the 10 directions, wherever we go, we should pay homage to all the Buddhas from all the directions. So that's one type of advice that is mentioned in our text. So we want to know whether such advices are available in the tradition. If it is available, then in which sutta or in which commentary such advices are mentioned. He wants to know the source. Maybe sometimes the sutras, sometimes the commentaries, whatever you have. He wants the next.
In Mahaparinirvana Sutra, at the last breath of Lord Buddha, now monks are crying. One monk called Subhadra, he was the only person who didn't cry, and he was starting his meditation to become an arahant. Now the other monks are mentioning, now Lord Buddha is close to die, others are crying. What are the hell you are doing? You are meditating here alone. Then at the moment, Lord Buddha admired that monk. Admired and mentioned, if someone is paying homage to me by heart, it's not the homage by conducting puja, offering flowers, offering lamps, or offering any material things. The true homage, the pure homage that you pay to me is following my teachings and following my practice. It is in Mahaparinirvana Sutra. The same thing we can find in Dhammapada Pali. Dhamma Rama Dhamrata. Here it is mentioning, the Pali scripture is Mala Gandehina Pujang Nama Pujang Nama Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatya. Whether I think in the slides, Androni, you can show it. Nahimayang Mala Gandhadihi Pujang Karanto. It means here it's clearly mentioned in the Dhammapada and Dhammapada commentary. Paying homage to me means going all directions and not worshipping me. The only way you have to pay the homage for me, follow my teachings and practice Dhamma. That's the true homage that you are paying for. It's well clearly mentioned in the early texts, especially Mahaparinirvana Sutta and in Dhammapada, and there are some another certain suttas, just I can't remember. In these two suttas, it is well mentioned. In other case, Lord Buddha mentioned, Buddho vannang bhasati, Dhammo vannang bhasati, Sangho vannang bhasati. If someone is criticizing Buddha, if someone is criticizing Dhamma, if someone is criticizing Sangha, he should not be kept within the dispensation. It means if there is such a person within the Sangha community, definitely he should be banished. He should be banished definitely. If he is criticizing Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Before banishing him, if he is ready to accept his offense and forgive from Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, then he is allowed to continue within the dispensation. If he is continuously criticizing Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and if he is not ready to apologize from Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, he is not allowed to be with us. for novice, it is an defeated offense. Parajika. Buduruani ayunugo parijivi. Damruani ayunugo parijivi. Sandaruani ayunugo parijivi.
Tanda 공부를 가도서는 영일을 가지고 도로를 걸어 가세요 요레스. 영일을 가지고 도로를 걸어 요레스는 이 소지 다 담이 제가 되니까 소문이 가서다 이행 기본 통지 아니 문제로다고 되시는 그래서 이나가 기본 사만 가라서 서서 앞으로 지라고 제가 아니 모두 지라고 도말이 무효 말씀 꼭 검증해 주시는 거예요. 검증해 주시는 상황을 앞으로 가면서 아니 생기는 것들이 특히 같이 검증해 되게 뒤에서 이제 내일 치고 왔다. 넘기를 실내 소식을 되게 모두 지라고 무슨이 생이대요. 제가 예전에 뒤로 아니 오늘다 손질을 이내 대화로 시작되어지는 손질 수준을 한번 연습내는 대비지를 준비를 근데 제가 손질을 문제 구조하는 것에 대해서 오래된 그래서 다음으로 공부 소재를 제가 다들 남아받아서 우리 취지 제가 대도지 제가 반응을 하는데 요구도 근데 모두 도시 공부를 나도 지금 미팅으로 근데 다음으로 이제는 기술이 되는 구조성을 갖고 되기 시행되기로 되는 기술은 내일 반대 동작이 되시고요. 아니 기술이 되는 내일 동작으로 근데 이제 동작이 모두 걸 뒤에 자네 아니 코로나가 가서 계속나 아니고 이제 자식들 기술 게임을 못해서 손질 중계들 시행으로 못해서 그런 걸 내일 계속 내용 또 세워요. 그래서 어떻게 아니 기술을 가서 기술을 어머니가 제일 아니 되게 어머니가 So Kishore wants to know that is there any difference between Buddha and Buddha Ratna? Buddha and Buddha Ratna. They want to remember that you could use the Ratna God. Ratna is here.
Just to clarify the question, I will use English directly. We take it. So we talk about the three, reference the three chakras, so the three jewels. So we say Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, Sangha jewel. In the Pali tradition, do you make a difference between Buddha and Buddha jewel or not? This is the first question.
What is?
We take reference to the three jewels. So we say Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, Sangha jewel. So do you make a difference between Buddha and Buddha jewel and Dharma and Sangha and Sangha jewel? This is the first question. Just to make it clear.
ඒ කියන්නේ අහන්නේ ආන්නේ දැන් බුද්ධ හා බුදුහාමුදුරු බුද්ධ සහ බුද්ධ රත්නය අතර වෙනසක් තියෙනවද කියලා. Actually we use the term as dual to pay the respect.
Yes, we say Triratna. So for that in Tibetan language, Ratna we use Kunju. So then Triratna is Buddha Ratna, Dhamma Ratna, Sangha Ratna. So in Tibetan also we have separate words. So this question is just like what you use in English word, Shiva, just like Buddha Ratna. What's the difference between Buddha and Buddha Ratna? Is there any difference? That is the question. Yes, thank you, Dhamma and Sangha. Then next question is, when we are talking about the fear as the cause for the refuge, getting refuge to the Tibetans, we're talking about the fears, right? Certain types of fears. And Jesus says that those mentioned in your presentation are mostly related with the outer, external fears. And he wants to know that whether
are there any internal? Now I'm using my own own side again.
Are there any internal fears as the cause for taking the wish to the yes?
ඇත්තටම මේ බුදුදහමේ සරණ යාම කියන එකේදී බය කියන එක කතා කරන්නේ අභ්‍යන්තර බයටත් වඩා සාංශාරික බය පිළිබඳව. ඒතන ජාති බය, ජරා බය, ව්‍යාධි බය, මරණ බය ආදී බයෙන් නිදහස් වීම. ඒ සාංශාරික බය මූලික කරගෙන ඒ නිදහස් වීම කියලා
Our presenter is mentioning mainly there are some few fears like fear of birth, fear of decay, fear of guilt, and fear of death. Then to refrain from these sort of fears, he will follow the refuge. There is one sutta. There are 5 types of fear. Ajivaka baya, fear of life, fear of being blamed. Second one is fear of being blamed. Third one is parisasarachvaya, fear of talking at the audience. Fear of talking at the audience, standing within the audience without any fear. Other one is fear for being born in the lower realm. Fifth one is fear of death. Lord Buddha mentioning, you can get rid from these 4 fears by following some certain Dhamma practice. Therefore, while worshipping to Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, we will not be able to refrain from all sorts of fear. Just we have to follow the Buddha path. We have to follow the Buddha practice, then only we will be able to get rid from fear. Actually, in Theravada tradition it is well mentioned, the Dhamma is for some sort of intellectual people. What sort of intellectual people? If someone can understand the arising and cessation, that's enough to follow Dhamma. Understanding Udaya Bhaya, arising and cessation. What we have in this moment, in next moment, we will sometimes lose it. And each and every moment, everything is subject to change. If you can understand it, you are eligible to practice Dhamma. Then it means in Buddhist philosophy, they say the fear also subject to change. Fear also not permanent, it is also subject to change. Therefore, we can change our fear, we can disappear our fear while practicing Dhamma. And in Dajjaka Sutta it is well explained, just if you are reflecting on Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, you will be able to get rid from the fear, but not from the cause of the fear. Fear is a thought. Then just while reflecting on Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, you will be able to get rid from your fear thought, not from the fear cause. In Parivajana Pātapa, Lord Buddha mentioning, if someone producing, some object producing fear, just neglect that cause. Just neglect the cause of that producing fear.
지방에는 가만 지방 동문에 세수는 看了几百里头，说送给你几百里头，那一般的大梦的说现在的这就先进几百里头，那什么的数据是当时个的用几个人过来，这等于几百里头，那当时几百等于送的几百里头，我把这修几百里头是，我这里的几百门道，我的头这种，我们的下次会培养出这个是。等于是我们是一个趋势的，你为这个嘛，这个好多嘛，做的去年的开背个的，开发嘛，所以是下来个是的趋势的，还有那个就是做的开发这些的吧，刚才的开发的好开个是那不把的弄的一个开个是，无论你不开个下来个是，那么做适当的。根据从前个上去，上去去给前个上去，几百个人那个进来不是多的是，但几兆给我这个钱吧，那几兆可能用不到钱子，或者对对我们工作的是，而且几兆，可能这上去去给的是前个上去，那个几百的嘛，这是那个是多的是，因为几百就那个是好了，但是别容易嘛，他等于说，第二个是呢，上去是去的结束后呢，那等于是那个。
당연히 지금까지 가르치나 인공의 구조성 기능성과 구조성 기능성 비나와 내 기능성나 내가 생각했으나 나만 무슨 이남에 방어연한테 양성하게 되나 기능성을 성수만 나도 생각하다 아니 나도 똑같다 가르치나 나나 방어연한테 시작하는데 리더십 주기도 받아 빨리 주기도 받아 계속 하는 거야 아마도 그렇게 주기도 방어연한테 세대 남자도 시도해 봐 그것도 빨리 주기도 받아서 그 방어연한테 세도 니들이 그거 제대로 잘 쓰고 있었나 다 니들이 아니 미세기 소화 제대로 방어연한테 남겨내라 근데 많이 받는데 이거 그래서 방어연한테 약속하게 되나 기술이
So, Kishila has some doubts, okay, some curiosity about what you have explained earlier regarding the Sangha, what's Sangha. So, at that time, you mentioned about so many things, and one part is those who follow the Eight Noble Paths are also considered to be Sangha, you said, right? And so, if it is so, okay, first of all, we will to clarify something that in our tradition or the Sanskrit tradition, when we are talking about the Eight Noble Fold Noble Paths, we mainly consider those paths at a very high level quite higher level of path. That means those so those are mainly coming under the last three paths, Darshana path, the path of Singh, path of Bhavana, Marga, and so on. So it comes at a very high level. So, but I heard that regarding the Pali tradition, maybe those Eightfold Noble paths can be practiced even by ordinary people and so on, right? So if it is the case, then do you consider those lay people who follow the Eightfold Noble paths in their daily life as also Sangha or not? That is his curiosity.
Thank you. Our Eight Noble Path will be divided into Sila, Samadhi, Prajna, morality, concentration and wisdom. In a deep study regarding Eight Noble Path, the first four, the right view, right concept, right speech, right action, the first four right view, right concept, right speech, right action can be followed by each and everyone, both lay and monks.
Samma Ajivata, right livelihood, should only can followed by Sudama Arya Savaka, well learned devotee. He well known devotee. Definitely when someone is practicing the right livelihood, he should be a Buddhist. And he is well learned about Buddhism. And right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These are only can be followed by monks. Some. Right effort means your effort to eradicate unwholesome and your effort to cultivate wholesome. And if there is some sort of generated unwholesome, you should effort to eradicate it. If there is some sort of wholesome deeds which is not generated, you should try to develop or generate the unborn wholesome deeds. Likewise, it should be only done by monks. And mindfulness also will able to done by monks. And concentration also easily could be done by monks, not for lay peoples. Why lay peoples are with lot of bonds and lot of attachments with their wives, children, householdings, economy, jobs, professions. Monks are free from it. Therefore, the Eight Noble Paths, first four paths can be followed by both lay and monks. The fifth path can be followed by the well-learned Buddhist devotee. And last three can be followed by monks.
他们有个基于这些他们有个基于他们是法律的，法律这个是讲到写了个定义是讲到是法律的一些这个的，那你这个的通过这个以后的到外面的出发，以后的类似它，这个的现在从那个通过的，那你现在从那小伙子从的样子的有个之类的，通过这个的，肯定那外有到的从的之外呢，有到的从的那你집과 대지 개발되는 집과 개발되는 개발되는 집과 개발되는 거는 이것들을 좋아하는 것을 차례로 집과 단지를 아니 사람도 있잖아요. 그래서 이것도 문제도 제가 되게 그걸 찾아봐야 되는데 이거 거기에 넣어서 이거 좀 아니 집에 넣어서 이거 되게 많아요. 근데 이제가 너무 있잖아요. 이제 오늘은 제가 그래서 이거 하나를 제가 보고 있어요.
맞습니다. 저희 다가서 당시 주문하서 있는 당시 하나 남게 담보대 제가 당시는 담보대 전화하다 당시 어디마대 자나 여러 니코나마디 주자 카스이고 시튜브 시라고 하나 조지처럼 주연 한번이 주연 이마들한테 좋아하는 기신하고 상가시시에서 제라를 야보를 갈수록 돈은 제라 제임을 따는 거예요. 조지처럼 주연 이마들 기신하고 이 제라를 야보를 두신 아주 좋아하는 상가시시에서 남자라면 나는 좀 되지 소리 있고 찍어놓고 지도 다음에 저 좋아하는 공부를 짜고 있나 내가 저 잘하는 생각하면 용을 왜 듣는 거 나와서 자동되지 저 다음에 이 이나라 좋아하는 거 자동되지 조지처럼.
So we have two presenters in this session. The first presenter is Venerable Jan Ratna, and second presenter is Venerable Janita Kero. And thank you very much for all of you for your wonderful presentations about the topic of refuge to Tibetans. And second is I would like to thank all those who raised questions. That is raising questions, means paying attention to the topic. So in that way, we feel very pleased, we feel very happy. As well as when we have so many participants who raise questions, then also that makes our group to be very happy. So in this way, I would like to thank you all, and as well as all the wonderful reply or the answers that are given by venerables for all those questions. Also, we appreciate too much for all of them.
개발자는 단다 땅내 제기든지 개발자는 단내 제기 대공수주의에서 나도 개발되지. 땅내 제기가 나도 개발되지. 국가는 어떻게 뜻은
So, as moderator, I would like to apologize for not giving chances for the senior monks because in this group, okay, just general knowledge. In this group, we have so senior monks. Even we have many candidates for chief abbot are participating in this group right now. So very senior monks are here. So that's why our moderator is apologizing for not giving opportunities due to the shortness of the time. So that is just a general knowledge. Oh, please, dedication prayer. Dedication prayer. Sattviyo vivajjanto sattaro vimassako bhattantarayo sukhi dikayuko bhavatu sabba mangalam